Mm.
Good morning, everyone. This is Thelma Smith, Spiritual Mind Center Sunday service, and I welcome you all. We're beginning to see signs of spring, so that's a great thing. So, my topic this morning is kind of a lot of things, but the thing that has been really going through my mind this whole past week is infinity.
Opening treatment.
Yeah. So it will be, off the cuff. We'll see what comes up. So we'll begin with spiritual mind treatment. So if you just go within in whatever way you do that, just closing out all concerns and problems, just allowing the loving spirit of life to take over. It knows what to do and how to do it. And as we come together in this way, we are building our reliance and our faith in the divine, allowing it to express through us totally, wholly, completely. And that doesn't mean that we give up our individuality or our choices. It means we are open and receptive to the infinite presence, the divine life. And we allow it to enter into our understanding, broadening our minds, opening our understanding. And so as we rely on infinite wisdom to move through each one of us, I know that all is well. And I give thanks for this opportunity to listen to what Spirit has to say, what Spirit knows and imparts to us. And so, in the nature of the Christ, I claim that we all get that which we came for, knowing that this time is blessed and we are blessed in it. And having made this claim, I know it is done, and so it is. Okay. This is kind of a mixed message. As I said, I've been kind of contemplating infinity and really getting a feeling for what it means that life is infinite. Everywhere present. Everything that we touch, we think, we see, we say is life expressing. And as we cooperate with it and allow it to express through us, we are able to acknowledge the loving presence of life everywhere. What does it mean? This infinity. You know, we say that the universe is infinite, that God is infinite, and we are infinite. Not in this body, of course, because we're growing, we're expanding, and we are living in this infinity. So, in reality, the spirit of us was never born, and it never dies. So we will always be expressing the divine at some level. And when we understand that infinity goes out into the large infinitely, it goes into the small, the tiny, the infinitely small, that is just as active and important as the large. Life is infinite. God, this amazing something that is within us and is everywhere present, all knowing, alive, active. And we used to use this expression, mind blowing. Of course, the divine mind cannot be blown, but sometimes we feel like the mind has just exploded. And we are so privileged to be a part of this life energy, to realize that all things are possible. If we can imagine it, we can create it. This divine energy, this infinite life, knows everything. There are no words to explain it. And it's people have trouble sometimes saying the word God. And I think that's mainly because that word has been so misused. My teacher used to say that God is a 3-letter symbol for all that is. It's not a being, it's all being. It doesn't make mistakes. Everything is divine design. And if we could let go of the idea of mistakes, and again, call them opportunities, it's an opportunity to see things differently, to know that if it's not wonderful, it's not finished yet. All we need to do is relax. And that seems to be one of the hardest things we can do. Because when life is happening, we tend to get all caught up in it and looking at, ain't it awful? And it's going to be interesting to see what God does with this. Is that a way of giving up? Not necessarily. It's a way of turning it over, knowing that this infinite life works through us. We are all part of it. And as I said before, we were never born and we never die. The bodies wear out. The spirit is powerful. It lives on. And not only that, it's like we are living many different dimensions all at the same time. Take that into your mind. There's so many things happening. And I don't know about you, but there are times when I get bogged down by confusion. And I have to straighten myself out again. Okay, spirit has it in hand. And that's not giving up on it. That's just saying, I'm going to the source. There's a source that knows and that is capable of doing whatever needs to be done through us. It draws to us all of our needs and desires. Now, sometimes we think we need something. It's not really a need at all. But it also gives us our desires. It's here for us. It's here through us. There's no separation. There's no God and anything else. It's only God as everything. This infinite life knows nothing about separation. It's all one. We are all one. So I would suggest that you like yourself and all of those around you, and know that we attract people to us. We literally draw them into our lives. And maybe it's for a lesson. Maybe it's just for fun. And maybe, just maybe, it's a real gift. The people you are drawing to you are love. And each one has something to offer you. And you have something to offer as well. We are all here for some divine purpose. Some actually know what that purpose is. And it's probably even more than what they think. But we are all here by choice. We weren't sent here because of something we did wrong. We're here as a gift. We're here to acknowledge the divine, to realize that everyone, no matter how they are expressing, they are divine. They are life, just like we are. We are all divine life. And if we could just sit back and realize that each and every one of us is essential, not just important, but essential to life right here and right now. We are all serving a purpose. It's kind of like putting on a play. And you are the star, and you're the director, the writer of the play. You are the actor, and you choose the actors on your stage. Each and everyone that comes into our lives is here, is with you at exactly the right time. There are no mistakes, no accidents. Now that's a big one because we depend a lot on mistakes and accidents. But in reality, everything is for a purpose. We may not know what that purpose is. And we may never know what that purpose is. But to claim it as a divine encounter, a divine purpose, is to make it so. It will be what we call it. Now, this is what is meant by Adam and Eve naming the animals. The animals represent our animal nature. And we name our attitudes, our beliefs, everything that comes into our lives, we name it. And we call it good, or we call it bad, or somewhere in between. But we are in total charge of how we live this life. And as we are living it here, we are preparing for the next plane. And the more we understand now, the greater will be our experience in the afterlife. We are still in charge. God puts nothing on us, no demands. Just says, live. This life energy is yours to use. Live it. Experience it. Appreciate it. and most of all, enjoy it. To live this life as though everything was in divine keeping. No matter what is going on, what thing we have gotten into, and as Madeline and what's his name? John Anthony. We're talking about taxes. And we agonize over these things. But there is a presence that knows how to do this and that guides us, draws to us everything we need so that our taxes can be done on time and in a positive way. Most people just agonize over them, dread tax time. And I have to say, there have been times when I did the same thing. Now I go to an accountant. Let someone who's trained do this. But when we let go of concern and worry and fear, we are able to live in peace. Now, how many of us really know what peace is? Well, it doesn't mean that you are without feeling, but it does mean that you are trusting a divine presence to do its work through you and through everything that is going on. Everything is for some good purpose. I'm going to say that again. Everything is for some good purpose. We don't need to judge it. We don't need to wonder how that's going to turn out, because really that's none of our business. Our business is to keep the peace within ourselves. And to the degree that we do that, there will be peace in our environment, in our world. When we watch the news, and I'm not against watching the news, if that's what you want to do. It can be good entertainment. But we need to be aware that not all of that is real. These newscasters are paid to make the news interesting, to shake up the imagination and see just how bad it can get. I'm not sure why we do that, but it seems that, we have gossip that kind of feeds the negative. We get ourselves all wrapped up in half-truths and imagining how awful it must be for some people. The one thing that we can do is our prayer treatments. Knowing that peace is everywhere. I don't know the answers because they keep changing. But I know that there is a way for spirit to show itself as the master, the truth. And we know that it's always good. And I think sometimes we put ourselves through the paces, through the worry and the concern, just to shake things up a bit. Because some people think that peace is boring. Fortunately, I don't see it that way, and hopefully you don't either. But life can be exciting and fun without being dangerous or scary. It can be wonderful. And this also does not mean that we don't have empathy for those who are going through hard times. Of course we do. And we treat for understanding and for prosperity and love in everyone's life. And all of the basic needs are taken care of always. And know that everything is coming together for the very highest and best for everyone. And as we use our mind power, our God something, to see this good, to look for it, and be determined to experience it, no matter what is going on right now. I think sometimes we get ourselves into situations just so we can see how to let it go and let spirit take control. We're practicing. And that's what this life is about, is practicing. And we will infinitely be attracting divine life through us, around us, in everyone we meet. So I thank you all for listening and have fun practicing, being infinite. I love you all. And now let's have our closing prayer treatment. And then we will have our sharing time. So as we just go within, just feel this living presence. Feel it radiating out from us into our world and affecting everything and everyone that comes into our experience. I give thanks for this time that we've had together. And I know that each one of us brings something of ourselves into this time. And we are all making a difference. I'm grateful that we are prosperous at all times, in all ways. We are loved and we are loving. We are capable of being whole and perfect. We are healthy. Everything is working together for our good so that we may live our lives fully, joyfully, in peace and harmony, in love. And so, in the nature of the Christ, I claim it all, knowing it is done and so it is.